What is going on? This is Cody, and you are tuned to B-Boy 45, broadcasting from the Seacrest Studios here at Children's Hospital, Colorado. We've got another special edition of the latest news to keep you in the groove with Maya. Maya, what is special about today's show?
Because Isabel May is calling in.
Isabel May! Woo! We're so excited to have you. How are you today?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent. Maya, take it away, girl.
Well, just first of all, I'm just so excited to be talking to you. I actually really can't believe this is happening right now.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to be talking to you. I did some research. You're very, very good at interviewing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for wanting to talk to me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Thank you. So my first question for you is, who or what inspired you to start acting?
Or what inspired? I was this avid reader as a child when I was very young. I'm still a child, so. But when I was very little, all I did was read. I wasn't very socially active. And I love to write. And my English teacher, 6th grade English teacher, told my parents that I should branch out a little bit in the arts and try a little harder to be, interact with other people. And so, but I didn't like theater. And so it just kind of happened, I suppose. I can't really remember how it happened, but I stumbled into it. But that's what really pushed me in that direction.
Oh, cool. So you had a recurring role as Veronica in Young Sheldon. What was your favorite part of being a part of that show?
The writers are so talented, and the actors are so talented and gifted, and just watching everyone work together was my favorite part, really. It's a Chuck Lorre show, so it's some of the most gifted comedy writers in the industry. So it was really that, just observing how they all work together and make the show what it is. They're really talented. It's joy to be a part of. Even I'm a small little part, but anyway.
Oh, cool. So you played Katie Cooper in Alexa and Katie, and that's one of my favorite shows. And I was bawling when we watched the series finale. So could you relate to Katie in any way?
Absolutely. Again, with the socially awkward kind of thing. That was what was great about Katie is when I that was kind of a role that hadn't really been fleshed out. It wasn't very specific yet in the description when I went in to audition for it. So it was really something that I got to kind of for the first time. I mean, it was my first role, so of course I was nervous about it, but I also kind of got to jump in and craft. Oh, that's my puppy. Can you hear my puppy?
Oh, yeah.
She's rumbling around. I really got to kind of create a character and flesh her out, which was awesome. And so I think I got to really bring the socially awkward kind of stuff to the forefront, I totally relate to her on that. I think everyone deals with anxiety to a certain extent. It's a very common thing, especially now today with everything that's going on. So that's something that, of course, I relate to on a smaller scale. I think people struggle with it far more than I do, but I think it's something that's very relatable. So everyone can watch and go, oh, I understand what that feels like. And then the goofiness I'm a pretty goofy person. I think I'm a goofy person. I don't think I'm very funny in real life. That's why I'm surprised that I'm in a comedy. Because I don't know how to be funny, and I'm too nervous to crack jokes because they never work. I don't know. I'm so impressed by people that could just like crack a joke and everyone starts laughing.
Yeah.
It's really because I just do not have that ability. But yeah. Anyway, the goofiness and the socially awkward kind of stuff. I definitely have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know for me, like one thing that I could really relate to Katie about was all her anxiety.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So it was just like, I just loved seeing a character like that on TV. And I've been trying, like, my mom and I were talking afterwards, and she was like, a lot of what like Katie's therapist was telling her to do is what people have told me to do. And she was like, since you listen to TV shows, do what Katie does.
That was the goal. That was the intent with that kind of storyline. And I think it was done really. Sorry, I think it was done really well. At least I hope so. I'm so glad to hear you say that. That means so much, really. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So Alexa and Katie, like you said, was your first big role. What did you do to celebrate when you heard that you got the part?
I'm an only child, so it's just my mom and my dad and I, and we're very close. And when I found out, I have that kind of a stunted reaction. So when something exciting happens, I just kind of bottle it. I don't know why I bottle it up. I go, oh, that's cool. But so I didn't really react right away. And then I went to the grocery store with my mom, if that's a big, and I got really emotional, and I started crying a little bit. I was so excited. Yeah, because it's not like I just kind of, dozing on into the room for the first time and got the role. It took a while to, it was a while of auditioning before that happened. So it was, I forgot that you can actually book the job. So when I got it, yeah, I got really emotional in the parking lot of a grocery store. So that was my big celebration. Woo!
That's a good celebration.
I think so too.
Yeah. So you're in 2 upcoming movies, and one is an action movie about a difficult subject, and the other one is a horror movie. What drew you to those projects?
Well, I think they're both small indies, and that was really I was drawn to that kind of aspect of those films because Alexa and Katie, it's on a sound stage, and that was really my first. That was my first experience being on a set. So I only really knew that world, and so I really wanted it to kind of experience kind of gritty filmmaking. And Let's Scare Julie to Death was Let's Scare Julie was a one-shot take, which just the challenge was really appealing. And the girls that I got to work with are just wonderful. They were so great, and I enjoyed myself so much. So I think that was kind of, it was just about the challenge of that. And then RHF, the other one that has difficult subject matter. That one, it's because of the difficult subject matter, and doing that justice, but really the indie sort of aspect of it. And again, the challenge. It's all about a challenge. You never want to, if it's easy, then what's the point,
Yeah, I remember when I read about the movie with the difficult subject, like I was like, this sounds like seems like it would be so hard to watch, but I was drawn to, like, wanted to see it because of, not because of what it was about, but because, like, I don't know, just like that's something that I know I'm afraid of, and like a ton of other people are afraid of. So I just was like, okay, I have to watch this movie.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I'm terrified of it as well. So I think it was also just kind of the thought of, well, I don't want someone else to do this and possibly not do it right. And not to say that I did it right necessarily, but I just felt the need to take on that responsibility because it's really frightening. And so I'm glad that I'm nervous about you watching it because you're so young, but one day, hopefully, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So, what is your biggest pet peeve?
I'm considered. My friends say that I'm a quirky person in the sense that I have a lot of quirks. So I have a lot of pet peeves, little things, like the little things really irritate me when someone has when someone's throat. I just want them, it's starting to build up like phlegm, and you can hear it in their voice. I just want them desperately to just go and get it out, but they never do it. And so it's weird little stuff like that. It's, I don't like shaking hands, which, because of the current pandemic, I don't need to worry about that anymore, but I never liked to shake hands. I would always fist bump. We had to fist bump Isabel. Or like side hugs. It's just, I'm all about hygiene and there's little quirks that, little things that really bug me. I'm trying to think of one that's specific. Oh, mosquitoes. The sound of a mosquito. I will spend, I don't care. I will not go to sleep. If I hear a mosquito, I will chase it around my room until I'm boom, done. I've really gone for it. I'm quite good too. Like I've really mastered the skill of waiting for a mosquito. You turn all your lights off and then you get a flashlight, you turn it on and it will be attracted to the light. And then you turn your light on somehow and you go and you smash it and you got it. Yeah.
Good advice.
That's another, I think that's a pet peeve. Yeah. The sound of a mosquito flying around.
Yeah. So what do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh boy. I have a piano. I inherited my grandmother's piano. She's a beautiful grand piano. So I feel very lucky that I have that because I play it every single day incessantly. And I feel like I'm not getting better. I'm intent on mastering a couple of songs. So I play the piano. I read more books than I can possibly mentally digest. I don't know why. I'm reading 6 books at the same time right now. It does me no good. But I like to ride bikes and just hang out with my dog. I got a dog so I wouldn't really have to speak to a human, but I'd still have someone close by me. And it's been great. It's like a great middle ground. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy to have her. And then hanging out with my parents. There's nothing better than hanging out with my parents. They're the best. I love them so much. So yeah, I can't think of anything else. There's more stuff, I think, I hope. My life just consists of reading books and playing the piano badly.
So do you have a show that you're currently binge watching?
Not really. I watch documentaries. Wow, I sound just like an old lady all the time.
No, you don't. You sound great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like old ladies. I'm always fascinated by them. I think they have the greatest stories. So if I kind of reflect them a little bit, actually, I'd be very happy about that. So I'm gonna. Anyway, not to digress. I was watching a docu-series about Hitler's inner circle, which isn't very positive thing. So I'm going to scratch that.
That's okay. It's still educational.
Okay, thank you. Yes, exactly. That's why I watch it. The education, like the educational value. What else? I love New Girl. So if I'm having a bad day or not a bad day, but I'm just kind of in a slump. I need a little. I'll just play. I was not even lying. Playing an episode of New Girl, not even watching it, just listening to it while I was waiting to turn on the Zoom app. So that's my go-to if I ever need a little pick-me-up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I love New Girl.
Best? Oh.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Oh.
Mike Schmidt. I love Schmidt.
Me too.
The best. Oh.
Yeah.
Best. And Nick Miller.
Yeah.
Nick Miller.
Yeah. And
probably no one knows what we're talking.
That's okay.
No, yeah, all of them I love.
Yeah, they're all amazing. You're right.
Yeah. I hadn't seen the show since last year, but like that's the first time I watched it. Because Max Greenfield is in another show that I love called The Neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
And so, and my mom was like, okay, well, if you like that, she was like, you have to watch New Girl. So my mom and my sister and I just like binge watched the whole thing.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. So what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie. My favorite movie is it's a movie. Do you know who Hal Ashby is? Okay. Then this is my. I'm bestowing this. I swear it's a gold mine, a treasure trove. His name is he was a director named Hal Ashby, and he made a film called Being There. And it'll probably go because when I watched it when I was your age, it went right over my head, and then I watched it again a couple of years later, still kind of went over my head. And now I'm watching it now, and it's absolutely brilliant and amazing. And that's my favorite film. It's also like 2.5 hours long, and it's a kind of so it's a commitment. But that's my favorite film.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually during quarantine I gave myself a project because I was like, I need something to do. So. It's kind of a funny project, but it's really fun. I just print out a bunch of pictures and hang them up in my closet. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on I was like, I now need a picture from New Girl and from all these things. So I have a bunch of pictures already in my closet. And I'm printing out a bunch more to hang up.
Awesome. I might do that. Like a collage, sort of?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. I need to do something, too. So I'm going to copy you.
Okay. So what is your favorite song to listen to when you're having a bad day?
Oh my goodness, I listen to too much music. I love anything Sam Cooke. Do you know who Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Sam Cooke. He was such an incredible singer. And Nina Simone. Do you know who Nina Simone is? You love Nina Simone. Oh, yay. Okay, look up. I think you'd love Nina Simone. She was a singer a little, in the 60s. But she was great. And then I'm trying to think of something current, but I honestly can't think of anything current. Oh, boy. Oh, goodness. I don't know. I can't think of one song that is currently playing that I've listened to in a while. Wow. Maybe, nope. anything, 60s, 70s. Those are my years.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Thanks. I think that was the creme de la creme of music. It was pretty exceptional couple of decades right there. And then I'm kind of fond of the music today, but not so much. That's it. That's all I have. I don't have a specific song maybe, but just I'll listen to albums. Like I have an LP turntable, like LPs and a turntable, because you have to listen to the whole album, which I love and to do. And so it'll be like an entire album that I'll listen to get me up. I'm happy.
Yeah, I've been. One of the things that I've found is a good thing of quarantine is it's given me a chance to find all this new music that I've never listened to before. Like I was obsessed with this show called Rise that put on the musical Spring Awakening in the show. And so I always listened to their music. And then I found the original soundtrack to Spring Awakening. So that was like in March, I think. And so that's basically all I've been listening to.
Awesome. What is it called again?
Spring Awakening.
Spring Awakening. Okay. I'm going to look that up.
Okay.
I'm going to broaden my kind of musical knowledge. I need to know more. I need to be a little more open-minded.
Yeah, I have to say I was never I always liked like Broadway and all of that, but I was never really into the sountracks, and that all changed when I found Spring Awakening, because now I'm obsessed with there's this musical also called First Date that I'm obsessed with the music from that. And so it's I'm that's a bright spot in quarantine. It's given me a chance to find my love for musical theater.
Oh, that's amazing. That's something that I've never been gravitated towards like you, but maybe a door has been opened. You may have just opened the door. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So if you could be any fictional character, who would you be and why?
Fictional character that I would be and why? Oh my goodness. Let me think. You know who I would be? Do you know the grandpa in Up?
Yeah.
I love him so much. I would be him because, he could get away. I mean, he was so, I've always really liked kind of old grumpy guys. I love sitting down, having conversations with them. I love my grandfather because my grandfather's not very a public, doesn't really like talking for too long to a big crowd, with a group of people. And so I would hide with him during dinner parties. And that's the best. So I feel like if I were the old grumpy guy, and then, the little boy who's friends with him, that would be a great, I'd be him. But the grumpy guy. So then I could have my young little pal who's this sweet kid and kind of not bully him, but kind of push him around, but get away with it because I'm old and grumpy.
That's perfect.
I can get away with that now because I have the mentality and personality of an old grumpy guy, but I don't look like one. So then I just come off, not too nice, and I want to be nice. So I'd be old grumpy guy from Up.
Oh, cool.
What's his name? I would love to know his name. Okay, I'm gonna watch that movie again.
Okay. So is there a line from a movie or a book that's always stuck with you?
Yeah, but I can't pull it out of my. Can I look it up, or am I not allowed? Yeah. Okay. So it's from that movie Being There that I told you about, and Being There, last line of movie. I'm saying this as being there last. Where is it? I want this to pop up right away, and it's not popping up right away, which is annoying. Okay, you know what's another one? Another one is Casablanca. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Do you know that line?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of them. But I just don't want to waste your time and looking for the being there last quote. But that being there in Casablanca, that line that I just said stuck with me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could pull that out of my. Oh, so obnoxious. Well, anyway, when you watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there are all these like quotes and stuff that have always stuck with me too. Like, I know there's actually a bunch of quotes from my favorite movie is called Shazam, and there's a bunch of quotes from that have just stick with me.
Well, I never saw it, but it looks really, really funny and really good. Is that the one with the kid turns into a superhero adult?
Yeah.
It looks so good. I need to watch that and see that. What's your favorite quote from that?
So good. It's well, I love all the characters, but there's one character named Freddie Freeman, who I love. And I just love like all of the actors in that movie, and the three main actors are like just my favorite. And he's just, I don't know, I just find him really relatable. And so in the movie, he's obsessed with superheroes, and he's talking to Billy about this study that they showed about if you'd rather like be invisible or fly, and that it was all anonymous. And he was saying most people said invisibility, and I think that's because most people don't feel like heroes on the inside deep down. And then he was saying that's the thing about invisibility, you end up all alone. And that's just always stuck with me.
Wow. That's really profound. Oh, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you for letting me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. That's wow. You had that in the. Oh, sorry. Gosh. I got a text message, and I should read that. I really wish I'd had my quote up, because you totally knocked it out of the park, and mine was this sort of attempt to find. But thank you for sharing that. That was really beautiful.
Thank you. So is there someone that you've met that you've been completely starstruck by?
Well, okay, just a little insight into my mom was in did public relations for kind of big companies for years. So I was this little, and she had to couldn't afford a nanny when I was very young. So I was just I trailed behind her everywhere, and so I got to meet all of these celebrities. So it just didn't at a young age. I just wasn't really, they were just people to me. And so then that became a thing. I met Lady Gaga when the year that she was becoming big, and at Wango Tango. And I have the picture, and I vividly remember she grabbed my arms like this for the picture. And cause she has to do something in every picture that's kind of not totally normal. And so I'm just like this in front of her. So that picture is going down in flames. No one's seen that one. My cheeks were like this big. It was really cute. It was cute. Who's someone that was like starstruck by though? I ran into Fergie at a Wango. She was cool. She said that she liked my hair. I can't think of one person, unfortunately. Maybe I just don't think I've met someone who I could be. I haven't met anyone yet. Like if I met Quincy Jones, I'd be on. If I met Bob Dylan, be on the floor. I don't know how I would handle that. Wow. Can we just send a little silent prayer up that I meet one of those people? That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I hope anyone you want to meet, you meet in person at soon. I'm sending both. I'm doing little prayers for both of us because I'd be. Bob Dylan. You know who Bob Dylan is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my mom has she has a lot of his music, so we hear it a lot, and we my sister and I, we love the 80s movies and music from then, because she always has that on too. It's just all, I don't know, she has it all in Amazon Music, so it's always usually on. So we're obsessed with the 80s. So
Mom's an 80s gal too, so she has 80s music cranked. She likes. Well, there's an 80s film called St. Elmo's Fire.
oh yeah,
You remember that? And she loved that kind of stuff, and I enjoyed it.
yeah. I love The Breakfast Club and Pink. And
Like John Hughes films.
yeah.
Yeah. My mom worked for John Hughes when she was really young. So I don't know why I'm pulling that up, but I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, my favorite show is a show called Psych, and where my whole family loves it. And so there's this one episode where they have a reunion, their high school reunion, Sean and Gus, and Sean makes all these 80s references that we never got until one summer our mom showed us every 80s movie, and then we went back and watched the episode and we got all of his references, and we thought it was even funnier than we thought before.
Did you watch 16 Candles?
Yes. I have to say, I personally did not really like that movie.
Oh, okay. I'm all for honesty. That's what's another? There's another one. Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. Oh, I'm having a total brain fart. Excuse my language. There's another John Hughes that's really good. I can't think.
Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink. There you go. Got it.
Yeah. I love that movie. I have to be honest, I interviewed John Cryer a little while ago, and I was so starstruck. I was like, "You're Ducky!"
No. Oh my goodness, he was so good in that. And I can't remember who her crush was in Pretty in Pink, Molly Ringwald's crush. Can't remember his name, but holy cow, was he cute.
Yeah.
I watched that movie twice just because I just wanted to stare at him on screen. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm a tall girl, and I found out that not that, you know what, but relationship, men don't always have to be taller than a girl. I know plenty of great relationships that's not the case, but I would be looking down at him apparently. I'm also 25 years younger than him, so that's never good.
I know, it's all, I'm always when my sister has crushes on a lot of the Marvel universe actors, and I was like, it doesn't matter that they're 20 years older.
Because they're fictional characters. They're not real.
Yeah. So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero, and why?
Well, first of all, the squeaky thing is my dog's squeaky toy. Yeah. She's really going at it. Okay. My favorite, my real life superhero. Oh, without a doubt, my parents. I know that's everyone probably says that, but my mom and dad, always, 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 always. Yeah. There's no, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. My mom and my sister are definitely my superheroes.
How old's your sister?
We're twins.
Are you twins?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I always wanted to be a twin. So that's very cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing that you have such a good relationship with your sibling and your mom. I love that so much. That's great.
Cute. Yeah. My sister is my best friend. So.
Oh, that's amazing. I love stuff like that. I had friends who were siblings and many friends who were siblings. So I was always jealous, and they were not always very nice to each other, which is common at a young age. So it's very heartwarming to see that you have such a close relationship with your sister.
Thank you.
Of course.
Isabel, thank you so much for spending so much time with us today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I had such a good time. I'm sorry for the incessant squeaking of my 3-month-old devil. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I had such a good time.
And thank you so much. I'm like so starstruck by you. So.
And vice versa. Really, really, truly. I had a blast. And thank you for your questions. This is amazing.
Well, Maya always keeps us updated on all of her favorites, so we know we'll hear more about you and what's going on with your career, and that'll be fun for us to follow what's happening with you. So thank you, and just know that you're ever in Colorado, you definitely have a home here. We'd love for you to stop by and meet some of our friends, our patients, our kiddos here. And thanks for all your hard work on Alexa and Katie.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.